Earlier today, the Congressional Hispanic Caucus stopped by the Oval Office. Local Congressman Dr. Ruiz is the chair of the committee, and I spoke to him about his meeting with the president. Speaking of the meeting with President Biden, you are the chair of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, and you met today with the president. So tell us about how that meeting went.
The meeting was surreal, Peter. Again, I think about my humble origins, a son of farm workers in Coachella, first generation to graduate from high school. And then here I was leading a caucus to meet with the president to advocate for strong policies that will lift American families out of poverty, that will build opportunities and ensure equity in not only our vaccine distribution, but also in the resource allocation within the next American Jobs and next American Family Plan in our infrastructure development. We also talked about immigration and the reform and the border surge with very plausible ideas that will actually be helpful based on my experience as a doctor in the field, as a humanitarian, as one that has provided humanitarian relief in Haiti and other locations. So the Biden administration has to staff up and build to meet the demands that exist currently. We recommended that he develop a civilian humanitarian response corps that's modeled after the Disaster Medical Assistance Team, DMAT, whom I've worked alongside of in Haiti and other locations, composed of civilian social workers, caseworkers, nurses, and other personnel that will be trained in humanitarian response and have employment protections. So when these cyclical surges happen, which they will continue regardless of who's president, then we can rapidly respond to them to ensure an orderly process to make sure that the children are in the loving arms of a safe relative, that families have their due process in court, and we can manage that. But also as important, Peter, is we discussed with Vice President Harris the efforts to go into the root causes of these dangerous treks up north and journeys and the desperate reasons why families are leaving. They're leaving and escaping violence. They're escaping corruption. They're escaping a decimated agricultural industry due to previous hurricanes that causes severe hunger and food insecurity. So working in collaboration with the administration and the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, we're coming up with important ideas in order to solve those root causes so that we can minimize the frequency of surges and even potentially eliminate the root causes of why they leave their countries to begin with.
All right, Congressman Ruiz, we appreciate your time. Thanks for joining us.